Yeah, well, you got to meet yourself in the middle.
I hate being questioned. Like the other day, I'm gonna give you an example. I was irritated with my partner, so I went to the gym. The gym closed at 10, but she thought it closed at 9. So right at 9, while I'm still at the gym, she's calling me. Where you at? I'm irritated because I'm like, don't worry about it. I see when you get home. I see you when I get home. She like, no, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I see you when I get home. It just irritated me because, like, if I already told you before I left the house that I was coming to the gym, regardless if you thought it was over at 9 or what, why are you calling me, questioning me?
What happens if you reassure her in that situation? What happens?
If I reassure her,
Yeah,
why should I have to do that?
What goes wrong?
Why should I have to do that?
Why shouldn't you do that?
That's insecure. That means you thinking I'm outside of the gym. You have to call me and see what I'm doing.
Talking to the mic.
That means you're insecure. It's you think it's past 9 o'clock, so you think I'm outside of the gym. So you probably think I'm doing something I have no business, or you think I'm doing something. So you want to call and just make sure.
That's what you're assuming.
That is called
insecure.
What she said?
Is that what she said?
That's not what she said.
Okay, so
right,
boom.
because she didn't call you and say you're doing something. She
Word.
called you and said, where you at?
Why does it matter? I said I was going to the gym.
Now, Desha, let me ask you a question. On the flip side, what if she's concerned on whether or not your ass got robbed?
Exactly.
Now, I mean, what if she's concerned that you're in the
when
dark by yourself?
Partner, you know your partner. I know why.
But
she's
until
asking.
she says those things, it's an assumption.
Yeah, you got to reassure your partner like
what?
that. Like,
what happens? What happens when you don't like? What happens?
So what if I would have
reassure her?
said, I'm good. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm good. What if she still said, but where are you at?
You say where you're at. Like, why is it an
At that
issue to
point,
say where you're
she's
at?
asking because of insecurity, not to make sure you're okay.
Why?
If you love a person, it don't matter. You have to make them sacrifices. If you love a person, even it don't matter how bad you just like, oh my gosh, stop calling me. It's like, hey baby, I'm at the gym. I'm gonna call you back, okay? All right, now there's no other questions because you already clarified.
Why even go home to that tension? Like, why
I
is
just
your
feel
ego
like because
so
I
high?
feel like some people is not me trying to be difficult. I promise. It's just me trying to point out how insecure you are, and it's not okay.
How is that being insecure?
You have to provide the recipe for the mac and cheese before you tell a motherfucker, hey, make the best mac and cheese ever. You have to provide the recipe for it first. If you don't provide the recipe for the mac and cheese, you can't expect the best mac and cheese. You can't expect the mac and cheese that you like because you never provided the recipe.
I just feel like a lot of times, and I guess we should stop doing this in relationships as well. A lot of times I expect her to do and say what I would do. I would never call her.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, I would never
life.
call her and say, hey, what you doing, after she already told me she was going to the gym and coming back. I would never say, hey, keep calling. What you doing, where you at. I would never do that, so I expect her to do the same. And I guess that's my biggest thing in a relationship. I can't expect that person to do the exact same thing that I would, but you want that though. You want to be equally yoked as your person, on the same page as your person, speaking the same language as your person. So when they do something that's not of you or like you, you be like, I would have never did that. Why are you doing that?
Right,
so one thing that my brother taught me was
Which
like,
brother you talking about?
This one,
Tybuggy.
Tybuggy in the building. Well, one thing he told me was like, to me, you hurt your own feelings because you expect people to give the same, or expect people to love the same, or expect people to,
I feel like
communicate the same
that
you do. Everybody loves different. So let me ask y'all a question: do y'all believe in love languages? Because one person's way of love is reassurance. And another person's love can just be communication.
You're right.
So
Physical
my love
touch.
language can be you tell me what you got going on and you express to me your issues. And then their love language could be, baby, you always make me feel like when I'm questioning something, you got my back and you telling me what's going on. So you can't necessarily say in a relationship that, everybody is, you should expect the person to be on the same wave because it's just not possible.
Because everybody has different love languages.
Everybody's love
that makes
languages
a lot
are
of sense
different.
because I feel like my love languages is definitely way different than hers.
Desha, you have triggers that's different from hers. She's voicing her triggers, and you're not respecting the fact that that is just a trigger for her. Is a difference between her coming at you like you're doing something. Like, Desha...
Do you know some people will ask something and not say it, but you...
That just means that
they're not going to say it. Like, they're not going to say,
Right.
hey, I know you're fucking somebody on the couch. They're going to beat around it. What you're doing, where you at, how long were you there, why were you there?
But they're giving you a chance. They're giving you a chance.
They're giving you a chance.
They're giving you a chance to just let me feel good in this situation because this may be triggering
How
me
long
to
is that supposed to go on? How
As
long
long-
do I
as
supposed
long
to
as
read?
long as your
That's
love
not
lasts.
right. I have to keep reassuring
Does she
you
have to do that for
because
you?
So
No,
listen,
I don't require that.
Because I have been in a
trust
relationship
you.
where I had to do
You
that for
should
2
trust
years.
me. I have to keep on reassuring you over and over and over and over again until you finally trust me.
That's how trust works.
I'm already.
I feel like
trusting
there's no, I don't agree. I feel like there's a breaking point. I was in a relationship
There
with
is a
somebody who
breaking
literally had me proving myself for 2 years, and everything I was accused of, they were doing. So it's like, damn, I spent 2 years trying to prove to you that I'm not doing what you're accusing me of, but you're still doing it. So at some point, you have to ask yourself, okay, if I've provided them all the
facts.
freaking formulas, the
But,
facts, the
Samia,
proof, and they don't believe it, at some point you have to let that shit go.
The difference between what you said and what she's saying is you said accusing. She says somebody asked a question. And the question
But
that
you
was
know
being
you're-
asked, hold on, the question that was being asked wasn't an aggressive question. It was, yo, the gym closed at 9 and it's 10:30.
But the gym did not close at 9. The gym
She
closed
thought
at
the
10.
gym closed at
she
9.
thought that.
In her perspective of her life.
So why not think if the gym closed at 9, maybe she stopped by the store or the gas station?
So
Why?
where did she say
Imagine
that? Did she say that you're on a dick?
But no, imagine somebody beating you down every moment. If you
What was
don't
the
come
example
home
of her
by this
beating you
time,
down?
or if you're not done by this time, where you at? What you doing? What?
So
I feel like sometimes in a relationship we have to have our own space and individuality.
I believe that
and
too.
our own. We have to. You cannot be up my spine, up my back every single minute because I didn't get out the gym at 9:02. You're gonna call me at 9:03.
Okay.
So if
I
a person,
agree.
so if a person acts nonchalant about your time and your being, are you gonna get upset? Like he's just, I don't care where she's at.
I
I
know
don't
if
care.
somebody is being genuinely asking me if I'm okay. All of us know our partner.
Right.
We know our
And
partner.
one thing
and
I know
when
about my
somebody's
partner-
being genuine,
Word.
and I will say, okay, no, I'm fine, and nothing didn't happen. I want to way home. But I know when somebody's being genuine and when somebody's being nosy and insecure.
I got you, but I think that out of love, we have to reassure our partners. And not only that, there's times where it's like,
to what certain point? Do you feel like you should do that the whole
if I'm
relationship?
getting accused, I'm not
That's
gonna deal with
different.
that.
That's
Yeah,
different.
But
that's
if
different.
you're asking me like,
Why do you think they're asking you though? Because they're thinking you might
'cause
be
there
doing
might be
something,
a
so
point-
I need you to reassure me.
There might be a point in
If
your
I
rela-
didn't think you were doing nothing at all, it wouldn't even be a question of me asking you.
I
That's
got
not
you.
true.
But this is the thing about life, okay? As much as we like to say we trust 100%, nobody trusts any other person 100%. Now, I mean, there's always that little bit of door room that you leave for somebody to do something. Now, I mean, and that little thought, all you need is a little bit of, no, baby, I'm just at the gas station. I mean, to make you feel all the better.
How long
Now, I
are
mean,
you supposed to be like that?
as long as I love this person, respectfully.
That is
Now, I mean,
crazy.
Now,
I've been
if
married for you to 10 years and you still asking me why I was at the gas station 5 minutes longer than I was supposed to.
no,
Because listen, because
a
what we talk
way
about all
it's
the time,
being
patterns.
asked. It's a way it's being listen.
The
If
meaning behind
all right, so
being
boom,
asked
so
because
boom.
you don't trust
Like my
me.
sister
I would
just
not
said.
ask at all because I know either I trust this person. Maybe he's 5 minutes behind because he's doing X, Y, and Z. Now, if I'm genuinely concerned, I can ask, "Are you okay?" That's fair. But let's be real. Am I genuinely concerned?
How many times has
or
that
do
worked
I
out for
think
you?
Something's wrong with you?
How many times has that worked out for you?
I haven't been in a very long relationship or a marriage, but I'm saying if I was to be, I would not appreciate for my person to be questioning me and having me reassure them after I showed them years of trust. You have to keep on needing reassurance from me. I've been with you for 10 plus years, and I still got to explain to you
This is really
why
hard.
I've been in the gas station 5 minutes longer, not because you're concerned, but because you're insecure
But
or
Desha,
because you think something might have happened. That's ridiculous.
I understand, but I think if somebody does not say that I feel like you're doing X, Y, and Z, you are projecting something else. You're projecting something else that you've dealt with somebody
like I said,
else.
I feel like you have to know your person. You know if your person insecure or not. You know if your person genuinely concerned or if they really insecure.
So listen, if you know that your person goes to the gas station at 9:03, they come home at 9:11. That time that they come home at 9:16, you're not asking where you been on some. What the fuck you been doing? It's on some. you okay? Like, you typically home at this time.
And
I'm not
that's
being
what I'm
insecure.
saying.
I'm being concerned.
So if you think your
And that's
person's
what-
insecure,
and
why you with them
And
though?
that's what I'm saying. You will have some people that's insecure. You know your partner. You know if they genuinely.
Because I dealt with somebody
concerned.
who would ask me.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with somebody who asked me in a concerned manner because he genuinely wants to know if I'm okay. And then
And
I've
you
dealt with
know
somebody
that.
who literally like, you've been at the store, you probably on the phone with a nigga. I know you on the phone with a nigga. I know you
Yeah,
probably
but
out
what
with
if you got that person?
That is a different way of
Listen,
asking
no.
though.
What if you got that person who thinks like that but won't say it like that?
Because of course I've dealt with the
They'll
dude
say,
that be
"Oh,
like,
why you at the store?" But they won't say, "I know you at the store because you with that nigga." They won't say that because they know it sounds
But how do
crazy.
you know
because
that?
listen,
though?
but
you
this
know
is
your
what I do.
person.
But this is no, that's facts. That's facts. I've dealt with a nigga that would be like, "Oh, you still at the store? Oh, all
So
right."
if a nigga's
And you
not, if a
know
nigga
what
not,
they mean. You
wait,
know
hold
they're
on, hold
not
on.
genuinely concerned because you're still at the store.
But
You
what I
know
do is
deep
I do
down
my
it's
part.
because they're
Respectfully.
insecure, thinking you're doing something. You know your person, whether they say the words or not. You know your person.
You do your part
Okay.
until you do your part, and when it becomes too much, where it's like, when it becomes not questions but it comes accusations, then you say, I'm not proving myself anymore.
Accusations is different. So now,
You know
since
there
you
could
said,
be an accusation
I
in
got
the
you.
tone without words, right?
I got you. So let me ask you a question. So since you're saying that you know your person, so how do you know your person enough to know when is the difference between this person is asking me because they're concerned and this person is asking me because it's an hour and 30 minutes later from the time they think the gym is closed, like, or they're accusing me of something. How do you know the difference? And don't say the tone, because you said you know your person enough for them not to shift their tone, and you still know the difference. So how do you know?
What do you mean? I know I didn't say that. I did not say I know the person enough not to shift their tone. The tone will.
You just said you know your person.
I do know my person. I know from previous experiences over and over again from the past, whether they're concerned and they're not. From previous experience, every time they've asked me these questions is because they thought something was going on. They thought this was that. They thought this was that.
Word.
It's from you know your person. And the reason why you know your person because you went through this over and over
So,
and over
all right,
and over and
so
over
let me-
again.
let me
from
a-
them.
let me ask you another
And
question.
their
Can I ask you
tone
another
really
question?
doesn't have to change anymore. Their tone can really stay the same, and you
Word.
can you
know by the pattern.
Word. So let me ask you a question. What if my where you at started out as I don't really trust you, and then it turned into I'm worried about your security?
I know the difference. I'm sorry.
How do you know the difference?
I'm,
It sounds the same.
me
coming
personally,
from me.
and you can call me wrong. I'm very observative. I read body language very, very, very
too.
well. I read tones very, very well. What you say before and what you say after, that lets me know what you really meant. So all that plays a part. If you say, "Where you at? Where you at? Is you okay? Is that okay? Yeah, I'm fine."
So do you think-
If you say, "Oh, where you at?" Oh,
So
that's
what
where you
happens
at?
in what happens
All
in
right.
the case of reinsurance though? What happens in the case of reinsurance? If it's the same thing, then that's when you be like, you know what? I've reassured you the past 5 times that you felt this type of way, and I could tell you felt this type of way. I don't owe you that anymore. But if there are gaps being left open and questions that aren't answered and insecurities that aren't
But
being
that's
taken
not what
care
Tyreek
of,
said. He said he feels the need to reassure as long as you love that person.
So you're going to have to
Because you have to understand, if you love somebody, I have to understand you come from a different boat. You know, your ex made you feel some type of way. As long as
And
you're
how
not
long are you
accusing me.
supposed to deal with that?
If
Do
my
you
shorty
keep
asks me
saying,
no,
you
no,
keep
no.
saying,
They
as long
should-
as
they
she
should-
accuse
hold
you out her mouth, do you know
No,
that a
accusing
person
me is
would,
different.
will ask you where you at? Not
And
telling you.
for me to say I'm at the podcast room, what does that do for me? If she replies with "No, you're not," now it's a problem.
right now
Okay,
I don't.
So
owe
what
you
I'm
anything.
saying
What
is,
wrong does it do me when
what
she
I'm
asks me where I'm
saying
at?
is, I told her I was going to the gym.
And then you also,
it's
I'm
not
Where
one of
you
those
at?
people.
I think the gym is closed. So where you at right now? Why is that a problem?
Do you not trust me to come home? Do you think I'm doing something else?
If you're
No,
not home
my
and it's an hour and
clarification-
30 minutes later,
I
and
can-
I think the gym is closed, where you at? Why is that an issue for
I
you to tell
can
me
see
that?
if it was out of concern, but it was not out of concern. It was, I think you may be doing
So then-
something you
Switch the
might
shoes.
not be doing.
Switch the shoes.
Switch
the shoes.
I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. But then you have to tell your partner, say, hey, look, this is really starting to bother me. Can you please not do this? And if they keep
I agree.
continuously asking,
agree.
I'm trying to help you out here. If they really continuously doing this,
Do what?
Say
Keep having you reassure them.
Keep having them reassurance. Like, baby, look, you got me. I'm yours. You should not have to worry about this.
Is it worry? Is
No,
it
no.
worry or is it security?
At
what point
yeah,
is there
it's secure.
differentiation?
You know the difference.
You can really not have a point. But the thing about it is, though, you do have to give them a little bit leeway to say, hey, you need to stop doing this. This is driving me away from you.
So I should
Wait a
feel
minute.
like
this is
asking
driving
my
me
lady
away
where
from
she's
you
at
instead of to you.
push her away. Asking my lady where she's at is gonna push her away.
Let's flip the shoes.
No. It's not.
I don't want you to think
Yes,
that
that is
because
what you're
she's no, that's not what I'm
If
saying.
it-
Because she's
she's
asking me
thinking
where
of
I'm
a
at
point
plenty
all
of
the
times.
time.
I'm not saying, oh, I'm at the store. If my girl call me where you at, I can't never tell her where I'm at.
So what's
Or I
different
feel like
about this time?
What's different
Her
about
tone
this
didn't
time
change,
is
and
I did not say her tone.
No,
did not
she's
change.
saying the tone told her that it was out of
I-
context and it wasn't a genuine
Exactly.
ask.
Well, I said how is being said does say a lot about what's being said. I mean, that's a fact. But
How it's
her-
being said, yes, and
but her
knowing your
asking
person.
her asking you where you at should not be an issue. I mean, if it is an issue, that's you projecting something else.
Okay, let's say if you tell your partner, I'm going outside today, I'm going to the hookah lounge with my friends, I'm going to Sativa's, and I'm at Sativa's, I'm having fun, and I leave Sativa's, and she calls me, where you at? Why can't I just have fun with my friends? Why do you have
I'm
to
leaving
check?
Sativas. I'm leaving
But why
Sativas.
do
We
you
about
have
to go to
be
X, Y, and
checking
Z.
in? I
Because
feel
that's
like a
part of
person-
communication. No, fuck
That's
safety.
not-
That's communication.
Let's keep it real. It don't be safety. It's you want to know that every fucking
Call a
move.
spade a spade. It is communication. That is the issue. So many people have this huge ass
You
ego.
can't be independent
against-
in a relationship.
Listen. So many people have this huge ass ego against. Why do I have to do that? Why do I? If you love me, just tell me you're at fucking CVS.
But there's some people who will take
I'm not
advantage
trying
of
to
that. They will
control-
call you, where you at? I'm at Sativa's. Then you get to another spot. What y'all doing? I'm doing this. Then you get to another spot.
Now
What's
that's when it becomes excessive.
Right. That's when
That
it's
is
like,
a
okay, now you
difference.
have to have that
But
conversation.
if you said you was at Sativa's and Sativa's closes at 2:30, baby, where you at? I mean, that shit closed at 2:30.
it's
You-
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Who's to say you ain't go somewhere else?
Where
That
are
wasn't
you?
established. That communication wasn't already
You know what
set.
I mean?
Like, for example, if you
Simple.
if you know your partner get off at 4:30, they don't come home till 6. You're not gonna be like, well, I know my partner, I trust them. You're gonna be like, you all right? Where you at? You good? I haven't heard from you. I don't know where you at. I don't know what's going on. 4:30 to 6 is an hour and a half. You have to have some type of communication. When you're in a relationship, communication is that's a must. It doesn't matter. It's no longer about just you. It's about you and their partner. Because it's
I
a couple.
understand that, but y'all got to keep it real.
So why your
are
girlfriend?
we
Why she
asking
can't
that
disappear on you for a
questions?
week?
Why?
Because she
why are
disappearing
we-
you for a week.
That's different.
Why is that different?
Because you're
trust
disappearing
her.
for 7 days and not saying anything. I said something. I'm saying just for today.
No,
just
the
for
last
a few
place
hours.
I think you were at.
I'm asking you. I'm telling you. I'm about to go out with my friends and have a good time. Why do you keep having to check on me? I don't need that. I can have
What
a
if-
good time and then come home and babe, I just had a good time. I went to Sativa's. I went to this. I just had a good time. Why do you feel the need to keep checking on me?
I'm a person
Why
full of
can't I
anxiety.
have some type of separation from you? I think the problem is, especially in I don't know about straight relationships, but lesbian relationships, they feel like they have to do everything together, know everything, go everywhere. You have to have some type of individuality. You have to have some time to miss your partner. You have to have some time away from your partner. You have to have some time with your friends. And what is wrong with me not checking in 24/7? If I tell you before I leave the house, I am going to Sativa's, I'm going out with my friends, we might go a few different places. Okay, cool. I'll see you when I get home.
Does
What's
she
wrong
tell
with
you
I
to
see you
check
when I
in?
get home?
Does she tell you to check in 24 hours?
She's the one
Every
who checks
hour
in,
on
is
the
what
day.
I'm saying. She's the one who checks in.
Well, maybe she's doing that out of the respect that she
I'm a
feels like she
person-
needs to give to
I'm
you.
a person full of anxiety.
How do you know they're doing that out of insecurity?
I'm a person full of anxiety.
in
I
on
can't
you?
deal with that. I can't deal with somebody I love going out and I don't hear from them for the past 7 hours. And I know Atlanta's full of killers, robbers, and drug dealers. What the fuck do I
Not
look
only-
like
not
saying,
only
all
that-
right, I won't speak to you for 7 hours because I know you out with your friends. Nah, I'm going to check in on you because at the end of the day, I need my last words to you to be I love you, regardless of anything. You can get drunk and be fucked up and drive, and God forbid something happened to you, and she's trying to give you your space and not speak to you or not give you your space and not check in on you. Now that one message may have saved your life. There's a lot more to it.
I get the 7-8 hours. Your partner gone from 3 p.m. and here it is 12 a.m. You want to check in and say, hey, you okay? You good? That's fine. But I only been out for 3 hours. Give me some fucking space.
And you can have that conversation. Like, if you got the type of relationship where you feel like you smothered, you should be able to have that conversation, because you don't want to go out and assume that the person is smothering you, and they don't know that they're smothering you. They just feel like they're checking in. You got to have that conversation. Hey, baby, you know, when I go out, I kind of just want to, you know what I'm saying? I'll check in, of course.
That feel like they're entitled to do that because they're your partner.
Then that just can't be a partner. If that's not how you work, then that can't be a partner. You have to be with somebody who understands your love language, who understands you, your communication.
So